Greetings and welcome, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the Sweet Spot. I'm Dr. Derek Sweet. You're listening to the Sweet Spot here on Take Action Tuesday. We made it through Monday. As you may recall, we're doing a series this week called The 7 Blocks to Breakthroughs. The 7 Blocks to Breakthroughs. Yesterday, Monday, Making Moves Monday, we talked about the first block. The lie that we tell ourselves. Remember, we discussed that. And today on Take Action Tuesday, beautiful souls, we're taking the next step. Because once you see the lie, the next question is, where did I settle because of it? Where did I settle because I've been telling myself a lie? And this one is important because we've got to look in the mirror. And it takes a little bravery and courage. And when you unlock it like this, you go to your next level. That's the way it works. So here's the thing. Me and you. When we're talking to somebody who is settling, even if it's ourselves, that person is not weak. They have settled because somewhere along the way they just got tired. Somewhere along the way they got discouraged or they got talked down to, they were underestimated, they got hurt. Something happened, and eventually they felt like they had to settle and be safe rather than take a risk and hope. But today, what is today? Today is Take Action Tuesday, right? And because it's Take Action Tuesday, we're going to dig up and excavate what's underneath. Because every single one of us has a place where we shrunk to fit, where we played small. Maybe it's a job that didn't match our gifts and we stayed there. Maybe it's a relationship where we didn't speak up or didn't say what we really wanted to say. We dimmed our voice. Maybe it's a dream that we talked ourselves out of. Maybe there's a version of you that you abandoned so that you can keep the peace with everybody around you. You're not who you really are. You're playing it safe. Settling is not about smallness, though. It's about protection, and that's the key. When we settle, we're really trying to protect ourselves. But it's Take Action Tuesday, so we've got a problem. We've got to take action. And I'm going to ask you a question. It's rhetorical. You don't have to answer it. What am I protecting myself from now? That's the rhetorical question for you to just sort of think through. And remember, here on the Sweet Spot, we love talking about the brain, and we talk about brain science because the brain is important. It's what determines your thoughts, and in many ways, along with your heart, it creates your reality. So your brain has a system called the salience network, the part that kind of tags things as safe or if they're dangerous or important. It's tagging things. And when you've lived through disappointment or rejection, it's the salience network in your brain that makes a decision and makes you become either overprotective or hesitant. And it's because of your salience network that you treat anything uncertain as a threat. And this is why people stay where they don't belong. Or they stay quiet when they should be speaking up. Or they choose familiar pain over unfamiliar possibility. Some of us would rather stay with the pain that we are dealing with rather than take the risk to find out what's out there because we don't know. That's not weakness. That's natural wiring in the brain to avoid threat. But like we said yesterday when we were talking about the default mode network, the DMN, the brain can learn safety again. It's plastic. It can do things. So you don't have to be stuck here. We don't have to be stuck here. The brain can learn safety again. And because we're mind, body, and spirit, the spirit already knows its time. It already knows things. The ancient wisdom gives us clues and tells us how to be. Speaking of the ancient wisdom, in Isaiah, the book of Isaiah, in the ancient wisdom, Isaiah 54 verse 2, one of my favorites. This is the Message Bible interpretation. It's not the classic. I like the Message Bible because it's so clear to me. It says this: clear the ground. Clear the ground for your tent. Make your tent large. Spread it out and think big. Yeah, that's in the ancient wisdom. Make your tents large. Spread out. Think big. Clear the ground. Don't shrink, don't hide. Don't lower your expectations to match the fear in the room. You think big today. You make room for your tent today. Expand. You know what that means? That means your life was never meant to stay in the places where you're settling. Real talk. Let me ask you. Where did you settle because you forgot who you were? Where did you stay small because the lie felt louder than your truth? Where have you been surviving instead of living? If I were listening into Walt Frazier, I would say, where have you been surviving instead of thriving? Surviving and thriving. Anyway, I digress. Only you would know the answer to these questions where you've been playing small, where you've not been your truth, your true self. You know the answer. Your spirit knows the answer. And today it's about naming it so you can reclaim it. Name it and reclaim. Name and reclaim. Man, I'm in the rhyming mood today. I might break out into some rap if we keep going. All right, my friends. Today, here's your challenge. I want you to write down one thing. Write this sentence down. I settled when I chose blank instead of who I truly am. Don't edit it. I settled when I chose to do blank or chose to be blank instead of I truly am. I want you to spend a moment with that. Where did I settle? Don't edit it, don't polish it, just name it. This is where I settled. Because clarity, my friend, is courage. When you have clarity, you can get courage. Now, if this episode spoke to you today and that you're feeling, I'm going to do a little workaround where I'm settling, share it. Share it with someone who's been shrinking, someone who you think might be settling without even noticing. And make sure you come back tomorrow for more breakthroughs. Tomorrow is what? Wednesday. Not just any Wednesday. It's Win It All Wednesday here on The Sweet Spot. All right. And tomorrow's question is a great one. I love this question. What do I actually want? Do you know how many of us never ask ourselves that question? What do I actually want? Not what your job wants, not what your family wants, not what your friends want, not what fear told you to want. What do you want? So tomorrow, tune in and we build on that question as we build your new life, as we get through these 7 breakthroughs. Beautiful soul, be amazing. This is Dr. Derek Sweet.